Well, just a few weeks ago, not everyone knew what a Zoom call was, but now seems everybody's doing it, or Skype, or FaceTime. But are you making the most of these calls? Joining us now is communications expert and founder of Power Body Language, Lisa Mitchell. Good morning.
Good morning, Tracy.
The timing couldn't be any better. My soon-to-be teenager has his first Zoom call this afternoon.
Oh, fantastic. Well, good. Well, he's showing up the way he wants to.
Well, I started out by saying, first of all, you have to comb your hair. Second of all, you have to get dressed. But we should probably take it a little beyond that, right?
Yeah. I mean, those are both great tips, for sure. But I hear even that is kind of optional now for a lot of places. Zoom fatigue is setting in, I think. So the rules are shifting a little bit right now.
But we are taking people's time and hopefully taking their attention. So we really need to maximize this, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. If you have gone to the trouble to schedule a Zoom call, hopefully you've already figured out it's the most effective form of communicating what you need to get through, because nobody wants a pile of unnecessary Zoom calls. But once you get people on the call with you, then what you want to see as a host or somebody who's presenting material or leading the meeting is, how are they responding? Are they listening? Are they engaged? And how are they receiving the information that you have? So I have a couple of body language cues that you can look for as the host to help you clue in a little bit about what's happening on the other side of your screen.
Please, go right ahead.
Yeah, so the first thing you want to do is see if they're even engaged, right? And so if they haven't gone no video on you and they are actually showing up on video for you, the first thing you want to see is, are they actually making eye contact with you? And it sounds weird to say from behind a screen, but it is really possible to make eye contact not only with the presenter or who's leading the meeting, but also the other participants if you have kind of a gallery view where you can see all of the participants. So is somebody making an attempt to make eye contact? Are they also like leaning in and showing cues of active listening? So as you're presenting key elements of your material, are they looking like they're engaged? Are they active listening? Are they nodding? All of those things you would expect to see if you were sitting across the table from somebody in a conference room.
Any reason you can't just go ahead and elicit a response? I mean, usually, hey, are we all here? Are we all fine? And then somebody just, or whoever's heading the call just sort of takes off. They should, are you, I hear my wife's all the time, like, are we all on the same page? Any questions? Like, really get them to respond?
Absolutely. And a lot of times, you have people who either can't figure out how to mute themselves or people who can't figure out how to get themselves off mute. So I usually say, hey, if you can hear me and it sounds good, give me a thumbs up or nod yes. Give me kind of that nonverbal, hey, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
That way you don't have people screwing around trying to figure out how to get their microphone. But checking for engagement, checking that you're coming off the way you want to on the other side is super important.
But this works both ways, right? You need to make a conscious effort. If you have a face, if you have a natural, bored face, if you're Jay Cutler from the Chicago Bears, who just looks, his entire life he's looked disinterested. I mean, you maybe need to make a more conscious effort so it goes through the screen, right?
Yeah, it is important, especially as a host, if you're trying to get people to engage and you're looking to see if people are responding back to you. Just look for their body language cues. How animated are they? Are they, looking distracted? Are they avoiding eye contact? Are they leaning in or maybe leaning back? Like they really are disinterested or almost trying to block what you're saying. There's lots of feedback and cues, not only verbally that you can confirm, but also just paying attention. And sometimes that can be challenging when you're hosting a call or leading a call, especially if there's a lot of participants. But keeping that gallery view up and just keeping a check on people. And, I'm a big fan of calling people out who appear not to be paying attention in the meetings that I host.
I'm sure you do.
So, asking a neutral question, maybe not a direct call out, that doesn't work with everybody, but just engaging people. Say, hey, Tracy, I'd really love to know what you think about that.
There you go,
or do you have additional thoughts, right? Just maybe gently bringing somebody back in and seeing them kind of, snap back to attention is a great way to kind of get people engaged and let them know that you expect them to be part of the meeting with you.
But on the other end, too, you should probably do what you can to eliminate potential distractions. If you're supposed to be making eye contact and paying attention, maybe slide that phone away, that tablet away, do the adult coloring book thing later, right? Like, just try to be in the moment.
Right. Yeah. Closing distractions is a great idea. And you can usually tell if somebody's distracted because, again, the break of eye contact, when they're verbally responding, if that's an option on the call, if there's a lot of filler words or pauses or kind of awkwardness, like you can, and part of your job as a good meeting host on Zoom is to just set the ground rules like you would in any other time that you're presenting at a meeting and say, hey guys, I really need you to silence your phones, close out of other windows on your screen. You know, I need your attention here. Just set the ground rules, let people know what to expect, help them be successful in the Zoom environment. That's part of your job.
I saw a Twitter conversation last week with a lot of people who are engaging, saying, is it rude or is it unprofessional to turn the video portion off? Where do you stand on that?
It depends. I try to be really sensitive, even more so now that I've engaged in some of those same conversations about how someone can really feel like it's intrusive. Maybe somebody doesn't feel great about what's in their background, or somebody just has a lot of anxiety around it. I think if you can, if it's not critical to have someone kind of exposed on video throughout your entire meeting, be a gracious host. And say, hey, if you're more comfortable with your video off right now, feel free to go off until we get to the discussion or you know, kind of the group collaboration part, and then I'd really like you to join on if you can. You know, just be gracious, meet people where they're at. Not everyone is used to being on screen all the time.
That's very true. PowerBodyLanguage.com. Great information as always, Lisa. Appreciate that. Stay safe.